Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for your late night Smackdown review. This show gave me pain, okay? Not only this was a boring show, I fell asleep and I woke up with now a stiff fucking back, stiff shoulder. This show literally gave me pain. It was so boring. The show, I did not give a fuck. You know, and this is not how you fucking want to do a show, especially after one of your biggest segments last week. This is our follow-up. Sure, we got the Usos. But great, no Roman Reigns, even though apparently he wasn't even advertised to be on the fucking show! What the fuck are you doing? And that's not what you want to do! When you have a segment like that, you have to follow it up. You have to follow up with Roman. Roman should have been on this fucking show. But no, a part-timer. I'm sorry. This is one of the reasons I get why people complain about Roman not being on the show. And this is one of the reasons why, I understand why some say this is the greatest story. It is. I'm not denying that. I praise the storyline with the Bloodline. But the thing is, you have to understand, the story could be honestly so much better if there was more better writing on the show, and if Roman was actually on the fucking show. The fact, especially like he was not on the show to follow up what happened last week, he should have been on the fucking show. And that's the problem with modern wrestling, the way they write the show, the way they decided that, fuck it, we're not gonna have Reigns on the show for some reason because, we'll have to pay him or whatever. Like, what kind of shit is this? And this show is really boring. This show, not an ounce of advancing in these stories, really. It's just the Usos coming out saying the obvious. And then we have to wait till next week to see a little advancement to their fucking match at Money Bank. So it's official. The Usos will face Roman and Solo in a Bloodline Civil War. Since they're calling it a war, I do think that they should at least make it like a stipulation. It should be like a tornado tag extreme rules type of match. They should at least make the match like no DQ. I think that would add to the match a lot more than just being a regular tag team match. While like the regular tag team match idea is fine, I do think when you're calling it a Bloodline Civil War, I feel like that match, anything should go. It should be an anything goes type of match. And in my honest opinion, fuck it. Why not have the Usos take this? And that's also the thing. There's no predictability who's gonna win, but I would say that who should win, it should be the Usos. That way, advance to maybe for perhaps one of the Usos or the Usos themselves. They'll be in the triple threat with Roman at SummerSlam. It could be one of them one-on-one. Whoever pins Roman. It could even be Jey Uso pinning Roman. Because WWE did like a video where 5 wrestlers who pinned Roman and blah blah blah, and you could easily fucking have fucking Jey Uso pin him, and it could lead to either him versus Roman one-on-one again at SummerSlam, or it could be a triple threat. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But whether that leads to Solo, I don't mind Solo being again the only guy who's the sole member of the Bloodline until maybe the Royal Rumble. I think that honestly what they could do now with Roman is, you know what, if you want who should dethrone Roman, it should be one of the Usos. I don't, because to me, I don't really want to see Cody, or I don't care about seeing Cody. If you want to make people care like who should dethrone Roman, I see it either as one of the Usos, it could be Solo Sekoa. Basically you do like a sort of reminiscing of Batista, what they did with Batista and Triple H. Where Solo, he's the one turns when Roman's trying to deceive Solo, and after maybe you go after Rollins at WrestleMania, maybe Solo wouldn't be the one to win the Rumble, and you kind of do even though it would be ripping off Batista and Triple H, I wouldn't mind in this case. I would not mind it at all. Maybe Solo could be the one, but the thing is they gotta really build him up really good, It does seem like a bit too early for him, but honestly, he's like the only member that seems like, fuck it, I would not mind. I actually do like Solo, Who else other than the Bloodline members? Again, it has to be honestly a Bloodline member, it seems like, you know what I mean? But There's honestly no other star who's credible or cool to beat Roman. That's the problem. You know? There's nobody really in the main roster that seems so credible and cool enough, or like has a good if factor story. The problem is like they're not really doing much with Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker is already like he's a heel. You can't really. You have to have a big up and coming baby face who's going to carry the show, who's going to be the next future star. That would be Roman then, if it's not a Bloodline member. But I think a Bloodline member would honestly fuck it. It could be them. Obviously, it could even be The Rock. Even though people see like, why would The Rock? But honestly, heck, the storyline, like, hopefully will end with that. Maybe WrestleMania 40 if The Rock, because I don't know. It looks like Rock is kind of struggling with Hollywood, so he might have the time now to fucking come back to WWE and fucking have that match. Maybe. Maybe that's what they're going to do at WrestleMania. That's how you dethrone Roman. But what does that mean for the title? Or will they actually let just have Rock after all this time have him beat whatever? They got to do something. Again, I in my opinion, like, if you want all this to be cool, again, the only person I really see, like, the only way Roman could lose if it's not a Bloodline member, if it's not The Rock, then it has to be a top star, like it or not. It has to be someone who's cool. That's why, like, I would not mind, like, if it was Edge to win Money in the Bank. Like, if he was to only be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, he could be the one dethroning Roman. Well, what about Cody? Well, guess what? I don't really care for Cody Rhodes. I don't. I fucking don't. Obviously, there's rumors of Edge retiring soon. I don't think it's, like, I think it's too soon. I mean, but that's the thing. Who's really credible and cool enough to dethrone Roman? In my opinion now, it's honestly just one of the Bloodline members. That's the sad state of the affairs. To me, it's not Cody, or I don't care for it to be Cody Rhodes. They have to at least like give him more. I don't know. They have to at least make it make sense for him having this adversary type of shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know how you're gonna make me. But again, I don't really care for Cody Rhodes. I don't. Grab your Coca-Cola, drink it magnificently, spy miss bitches go, oh shit. I already pour myself some. But hope y'all drink it magnificently. But in the end of the day, man, I really don't, this show, like, okay, that's like my thoughts about that, but I do like the Bloodline shit, but, okay, I rambled, but the thing is, other than that, like, man, you need Roman on the show, okay, you do, and this show really hurt from last week. Like, that's the thing. Isn't that sad? Like, last week and the 2 weeks before, when Roman was not on the show, it hurt the show. It really did hurt the show. Because you hyped it. That's the problem. When you build a show based on one thing, what makes you think it's going to happen? And sure, the Usos are there, Solo is there, but they didn't do really much eventful type of shit. And plus, again, they're not main eventers. They're not main eventers yet. Or they're not they're not the main eventers like fucking like Roman Reigns. Imagine if fucking Triple H with Evolution, if fucking if let's say if somehow like Orton was to turn on Triple H or whatever he did, if he was to do something, sure they did the whole Triple H getting kicked off Evolution, right? If they were to do that, and then and then Triple H gets attacked by Orton the next week, and we don't see Triple H angry, like, well, what happened? And we have to wait like 2 weeks after that to fucking wait to see what Triple H says or does. I'm sorry, but like, that's not a good thing to do on a Raw or Smack. Or that's not a good thing in general. Every show should be must see. And I'm tired again. Oh, Roman Reigns returns here. Roman Reigns returned there. Roman Reigns returned every fucking where. Everything is Roman Reigns returns. Can you just say Roman Reigns appears? Like, why is always gotta be a return? You're overdoing the term return. Stop it. He has not been gone for like a long time. When you talk about return, or it'll be like a few months or whatever. It's like when Lesnar returns for a supposed, when he's going to start a new feud or whatever, coming out after a few months. At least for Roman, like, he'll show up, like, once in every, like, he'll be showing up at least once a month. That's why he's not really, like, gone in some circumstances, but I don't don't know, man. In the end of the day, I don't know. This show really sucked. Was really boring. I did not like this show at all. Very lame show. Very boring as fuck. And then people are saying, this show's bad, but we got Dynamite, or we got real wrestling to watch, like Collision, Forbidden Door. And only people are saying that are bunch of smarks. Again, I'm in the opinion that you guys are just a bunch of smarks that think that is good because you guys are weird wrestling fans that like weird Japanese anime bullshit. And literally, AEW is no different than WWE. Again, AEW has these people who have no character, no charisma. Oh, but they're good wrestlers. They're not good wrestlers, people. They don't do any wrestling moves. They just do kicks and flips. They're no different than any wrestler in WWE. They're just as boring as wrestlers in WWE, but because they have indie cred. Like, that's all. Because they're indie wrestlers, and that's what smarks love and tend to praise for. That's not something to praise for, people, and I don't like that shit, okay? Both companies suck, and you're gonna praise them, we're gonna watch a real show. Like, no, it's not good. You guys like it because you're weird fantasy, smarky bullshit, whatever, and you're gay fetishes or whatever. Of Japanese and fucking anime, hentai, whatever the fuck you guys like. Y'all weird, man. A lot of fucking smarks are so fucking weird. And you think that's wrestling? Like, come on. Like, how would you become, like, a fan from the Attitude Era? These so-called wrestling fans that are fans of the Attitude Era, and they like this shit. Imagine if the Attitude Era has had no storyline at all. You think the Attitude Era would have been successful? Like, come on. That's why a lot of these... Oh, man, you guys, like, lack your credibility or something. Anyways, let's talk about the fucking show, because I want to get this over with. I woke up... Like, I was trying to stay up, and I fucking keep fucking, like, what's going on? Oh, what the fuck is, I don't want to watch this. And that's me. That was me the entire fucking show. That show was just a chore, and this show legit gave me pain. So I'm blaming that show for that. The show started with the Usos. They were about to say the Bloodline, but then they say the Usos instead. The Usos said that it's all about the Uso Penitentiary once and again, and the Usos are in the city. Instead of saying the Bloodline, they were going to say the Bloodline. They said that it's all about the Uso Penitentiary once again, and Roman Reigns made the biggest mistake of his life by disrespecting them. They talked about how they made the absolute right choice when they super kicked Reigns in the face like he deserved. Uso tells Reigns he deserved a snake like Paul Heyman, that he and Solo will find out what's like to be locked down in Uso Penitentiary and Money in the Bank. My only problem with this is, like, why do they hate Solo? Like, Solo is their younger brother. They want this, like, shouldn't they, like, be just angry about Roman if they're trying? Like, why isn't this show an opportunity to, let them know, hey, Solo, you're our brother. You don't need to stand with him. Try to fucking build that. Even though they kind of like, sure, Solo betrayed Jimmy. Jimmy's angry, but like Jay should try to explain that, you don't have to go down the ship and blah, 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 right? Basically what Sammy was doing to them. That's what this show should have been, but then Solo basically, like, he makes his choice and attacks them, but then, you know what, if you're gonna stand with Roman, so be it, you're gonna fucking go down with Roman. That's what it should be! But no. It's just, we have to assume that he's already, whatever. I mean, sure, they established that when Roman's, 1,000-day celebration, whatever. Fine. But it would have been way better to establish more of that, And that way they're like, okay, and it would be justified that, you know what? We're not going to defend you anymore. You want to be Roman's puppet? Fine. That's what they should have established even more. Whatever. That's what happened. Again, they're doing this Bloodline Civil War. This is definitely going to be great. This should definitely be the main event. There's no doubt this is the main event for fucking Money in the Bank. It should be. It's definitely the only exciting thing that people are going to look forward to. And you know what? I think that, make this an unsanctioned war. Like, if it's going to be a war, make it legit a fucking war. Make it a fucking tag team war match where there's no disqualifications, no countouts. The only way you win is by pinfall, like pinning one of the guys. make it tornado tag even. Something like a legit war. Make it a war. Like, when you talk about a war, anything goes. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and yeah, they're calling this a Civil War. Like, it's going to be Avengers Civil War. The Civil War, anything goes, people. You got to make this a war. You know, when you're saying a war, then it's got to be anything goes. And you know what? I'm looking forward to it. It's just a darn shame that Roman's not on the show to try to build to this by being angry or whatever. But we have to wait till next week and shit like that. It's like, come on. Whatever. Alright. I don't know. Great. Your show's gonna suck in the end of the day. It's gonna be fucking boring. Listen, the Usos, I like the Usos. They ain't gonna save the show as much. They can't. They can't. They can't. They're not main eventers, unfortunately. Not yet. I mean, you could make them a main event tag team. I mean, sure, they main event Night 1 WrestleMania. Okay, whatever. But if you really want to make them credible, that way they have to, like, in the future, you know, they'll be world champs and shit like that. And I wouldn't mind, like, again, I'm not saying that they should turn on each other. I honestly think it's cool to see, like, I know people like to see, oh, the New Day should turn on each other. Well, I don't, I don't really care to see a New Day feud. It just doesn't seem like cool to me, or I don't really care about seeing like the New Day fight each other because I don't care about them like really. But again, like, you know, like, it's cool, like, you know, you keep it's kind of a nice change where it's cool to keep people like that together unless it makes sense in storyline wise. You kind of stop, like, even though you had a chance where you could have maybe done Uso versus Uso, but since they're gonna stick together no matter what, at the end of the day, you don't really need to do a Uso versus Uso feud. The only way that would work is like if they're doing a triple threat with Roman, and if they're doing a world title feud. And maybe, like, you know, the only way, like, you see a match with like that and it makes sense is there's like a purpose where they have to earn a number one contendership, or like they're fighting for a right to face Roman, some type of way. That only makes sense. But again, I don't think I'm okay with them not turning on each other. Same thing when people want to see when the New Day turn on each other. It's like, I don't care to see that, first of all. I'm more intrigued about Usos, you know? But like, the New Day, it's like, I'm sorry, they're pretty gee, and it's like, whatever. You know what they really need? And people saying that, oh, what's the change that the New Day needs? Honestly, you could just turn them heel, you know? You could turn them heel again. Maybe that's when I felt like the New Day were more intriguing anyways. Same thing with the Street Profits. People talking about the Street Profits are nothing. You could honestly turn them heel. First of all, I don't really want to see a breakup with these two. Like, I don't think it's intriguing. Like, why would I want to see the fucking Street Profits fucking have a stupid feud when they're not really that credible to be, like, whatever. And I know a lot of people pretend to, like, oh, Montez Ford, some future guy. I understand why people are saying that, but that is too early to fucking say anything, in my opinion. Because we don't even know if this guy could be credible as a single guy. Sure, the guy can talk. You know, I'm not denying that. The guy is very fucking athletic, good in-ring ability. But, I don't know. Like, sure, maybe him and Bianca Belair be a heel duo. Maybe that can work. I wouldn't mind seeing all three as heels. They could be that, you know? If you want to change something, that's when you do maybe some heel turns and shit. Or face turns when shit gets fucking, you know. In a way, maybe that's how, honestly, you know what? You had Roman fucking ran through everybody. Maybe it's probably time in the future he becomes a babyface. Maybe it's time that instead a heel dethrones him in the future if he's not going to lose the title to somebody credible. Because that's honestly the only way, like, unless he loses to the Usos or Solo or a legend, like Edge, which I would not mind seeing. The only way you make people care about having fucking Roman lose the title to somebody else is, like, thinking about it, you already established him as a fucking heel. You already have. Would it make sense for having turned him babyface? Honestly, he already went through everybody. Maybe the story, like, after realizing the error of his ways, then that could be what could lead him to be a babyface. And you know what, after this heel shit, after all what happened with him being this great heel, maybe he'll end up being a great babyface now. You don't know. And that could lead him to bring some more life to his title reign. And then maybe, you know, that way we'll care, like, whoever dethrones him, because now he becomes a babyface. And whatever. Like, more likely, like, a heel, we care. We can care about those people. Because it seems like there's only heels that are credible to probably beat Orton, unfortunately. That's a problem. They gotta work on their baby faces, man. They gotta work on baby faces. I don't know. LA Knight defeats Rey Mysterio clean. So LA Knight loses to fucking Santos Escobar last week, but he beats Rey Mysterio. I understand Mysterio's a legend, but again, the guy just got in the Hall of Fame, man. And Mysterio's just losing. Like, can we give Mysterio some credible wins and treat him like the legend he is? Like, I'm tired of seeing Mysterio lose, man. I am. Like, Mysterio should be fucking, you know, it's like, would you do this to Edge? Would you do this to even fucking... I know you would do that with Cena. Like, Cena, he's voluntarily losing to people, but in my opinion, what a fucking joke to him losing Austin Theory in that match. What a waste of a Cena lost. But, like, at least with Cena, he's still credible because of, like, the big wins, the big things he's done in his life. They just fucking treat Mysterio like nothing. Like, what? Is it because, like, sure, he is small and shit? Come on. The guy... aside from his size, ends up being one of the most beloved fucking wrestlers. Still is beloved by fans. Still is well known to people. And you still fucking treat him like the way he does, like you are, and you just still have him lose? Like, come on here. Come on. You still make him lose. He just had his 20th anniversary. He just got in a Hall of Fame, which I was there at the 20th anniversary, my first WWE show, my first wrestling show. I will not forget that. I know there was a part of me where, like, I was kind of annoyed by Rey Mysterio, but then I appreciated him. And you know what? It's like, I always liked Rey Mysterio. It's just, obviously, there's people that I like better than Rey. But at least with Rey, like it or not, he's one of the only guys that, from back when wrestling was good, that is, like, legit and made a name for himself. But God forbid, a guy with name value, let's just have him lose all the time, apparently. God forbid, give him some credible wins. You know, why not? Honestly, in my opinion, I would love to see Rey fucking become a champ one more time. Like, I would love to see him be world champ one more time. That's why I wouldn't mind. Like, honestly, this could have been what you have done. Again, like I said, to me, Rollins is not cutting his world champion. I would not have mind. The finals for the world title tournament could have been Mysterio versus Balor. At fucking what? Night of Champions instead. Why? There will be a story with the Judgment Day and Rey Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio wins. Eventually, you're going to get that Dominic and Rey Mysterio rematch justifiably for the world title. And maybe that's how you lead to Dominic becoming a world champion himself. Putting his son over. That rematch that Dominic will want, the revenge from WrestleMania. It could even be like Dominic could have won Money in Bank, cashing on his own fucking father, leading to that feud. That's what I would do, and then that way, like maybe like WrestleMania 40, because there are talks about Rey Mysterio retiring. Also, which is just sad. Like Edge could retire, Mysterio's could retire. You could make that retirement match fucking WrestleMania 40, build up to WrestleMania 40. I would be fine. But no, God forbid, let's fucking have, you know, let's not have Rey Mysterio credible. Instead, you're going to do a boring match with no story with Styles and Rollins doing gay-ass open challenges, and Mysterio's going to lose to people. Like, come on. Would you just have Edge, like, out of nowhere lose to LA Knight? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I understand, yeah, sure, last week, fucking, what happened with Rey Mysterio and LA Knight? But, like, you couldn't just make Mysterio look credible. And I understand LA Knight's in Money in the Bank. And again, I like LA Knight. But again, I will say this. I know people like to say, LA Knight should win Money in the Bank or whatever. I'm not saying that I don't like LA Knight. But here's the problem. First of all, this is the problem with the Money in the Bank in general. There's no star power. And again, why would people want to see LA Knight become world champion? If he does, you understand he's going to get demoted back to the mid-card, right? That's the problem with wrestling nowadays. All these wrestlers becoming world champions before becoming mid-card champions. That's not cool in my opinion. I would rather LA Knight build himself more. That's what Money Bank should be. It should be, again, for the world championship. If anything, if LA Knight wins, the only chance like he'll probably win as a cash-in is by cashing in on a fucking mid-card title. Let's be for real here. Let's be for real here. That's the only way it makes sense, sadly. But again, I'm not a fan of Money in Bank being for mid-card titles, but again, I don't know. They fucked it all up. That I don't care what they do. Just LA Knight becoming world champion is too early, and I do think it's too early. I understand the guy is older than, but that's kind of his fault for wasting his time. Whatever. But again, LA Knight, I have to admit again, I like LA Knight. LA Knight has fucking actual charisma, and I can't deny the pop he gets because the guy actually organically, wow, the guy got over because the guy can fucking talk. He's not gay. He fucking, even though the fucking maximum male models may look gay and shit, but the guy has it. I like LA Knight. I do think the guy is something. It's too early. Like, I would love him to fucking, even though he is older, but, you're never too old, I guess. As long as you fucking keep improving, keep doing good, you're gonna fucking still last long as with your tenure. Have him be a mid-card champ first, build himself more, and I would not mind if you'd have him be built up better. Like, I would have liked if LA Knight be a babyface, honestly. You kind of proven like you could be a babyface. Why not have him dethrone fucking Austin Theory? And then fucking eventually, given that opportunity, then I would advocate for next year, in 2 years, he could win Money in the Bank or whatever, and have him fucking beat fucking a world champion, a heel world champion, or even, I don't know. The guy is good to that he could maybe like you do that, establish him, then sure he could be ready for the world title. I don't know. Everybody's just winning the world title. Like that's the problem. AJ Styles did it. Fucking Seth Rollins even did it. All these wrestlers, they win world championships, and then they win the mid-card titles. It's like a demotion, people. That's not what imagine if Stone Cold was to win the world championship first and then become Intercontinental champion. That's not how you fucking do it, people. Come on. LA Knight defeats Rey Mysterio. I don't know. The match was whatever. There was like some botches happening, but again, it's like it just sucks to see Rey Mysterio kind of like being like a jobbing or whatever. I understand he's a legend, but it doesn't mean that you have to treat your legends like fucking jobbers. Because with that bullshit, that means like the fucking value that legend has, like how's it worth it whenever they lose to somebody? You know what I mean? LA Knight was taking the mask off so much for they're trying to people like him, but we gotta try to force people to hate him, whatever. Trying to take Mysterio's mask off, but then fucking Santos saves Mysterio. Solo Sekoa is upset with the Usos' betrayal to the Bloodline and attacks Rich Holland for literally no reason. Oh, because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm sorry, but this is stupid. This is just a way to lead to a stupid main event. Like, I know this is going to be like a rematch, right? But if you want to make people care about the main event, why not at least Solo versus somebody that the Bloodline already faced and had a rivalry with? Why not? I understand this happened probably before. Why not Solo versus fucking Sami Zayn? I know. What about Kevin? I mean, we've seen that match, but whatever. But because of Sami being what I would have done, or I know what if good wrestling bookers would have done. Sami Zayn would have fucking been so happy that he's talking to Kevin. Was like, man, I'm happy that Jay finally saw the light. Jay and Jimmy saw the light. But maybe you could say that maybe Sami he feels bad to Solo. He liked him, but he can't believe what he did. Like why he's signing with Romans, maybe something like that. And it makes fucking Solo. He's angry to hear about this. That way he's targeting the fucking Sami and Kevin Owens, and this could lead to fucking something in the main event. It could have led to a one-on-one if Roman was on the show. Is it bad to have Roman sometimes have occasional matches on SmackDown? I would not. Again, I mean, they already had their Night of Champions. I mean, Solo versus Sami. You could have made that a no DQ match. Something, a little change. Again, if you're going to do a rematch of matches, change up the match. Maybe it could have been a no disqualification match, something, and then that would have been fine. Maybe. You could have had fucking shenanigans going on. The Pretty Deadly getting involved. The Usos. All crazy shit, Attitude-esque type of thing. Solo could still probably win, and then, and then the Usos fucking, it could have tried to make it exciting, at least. I don't know. Whatever. That was, that would have been better than, Rich Holland getting beat up, and then Sheamus is like, oi, fella, I want to fight Solo, fella. And then, like, he had to talk about last fella, eh? And then fucking Adam Pearce says no. There's like, and then he goes, you're a lame fella. You're a lame fella, don't you know? And then, so he calls Adam Pearce lame, which, I mean, is he wrong? Adam Pearce, the most lamest, most corniest GM. The guy would make matches off the bat. He'll make matches anything. He'll do like a fake baby face like child. I want to face this person. And then, oh, that's a great idea. And then the one time that Sheamus wants this match, he's like, oh, I don't think like this guy is never consistent. This guy's fucking shit. I fucking hate Adam Pearce. I hate Adam Pearce. The guy's the most boring, most blandest general manager. The guy sucks. I hate Adam Pearce. The guy sucks. It's bound to fucking do like a rant video about this guy. I hate Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is shit. But then eventually Sheamus like, I'll give you the match or something. Like, what an incredible general manager. I swear to God, I hate him. So that was their excuse. There's no real story from this match. There's no real reason why this match is happening at WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania, what the fuck? At SmackDown. Like, besides, the attack, it's just an excuse. If you want to make people care, it would, honestly, like, people who have had issues with the Bloodline, then, heck, I mean, even versus Cody, if there was no draft and no brand split, like, heck, Cody versus Solo would have made even more sense and shit. I don't know. Somebody who fucking interact with the Bloodline, Whatever, man. I don't know. I'm, trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. It's not worth it because fucking they just gonna still produce chicken shit. This is a match that we're supposed to care about, even though this is probably the least intriguing unification match that ever existed. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeats what's the bitch's name? Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Don't get me wrong, those fucking European chicks are fucking hot as fuck. Isla Dawn especially. They're invited to my big black couch. Make them go, oh shit, it's good stuff. Hot as fuck, definitely. They're invited. Them two redheads, they're fire. They should just rename themselves Firing Hot or something. I don't fucking know. But their gimmicks that they're dark, mysterious. Your typical stupid, dark, mysterious character, stupid. But it's not just that. The problem is they were never showcased on SmackDown. Like, what made you think that who was gonna fucking win? So why should we care? This was the least intriguing unification match that ever took place in history of wrestling. It doesn't help this women's wrestling, unfortunately. It's... What does that tell you about women's wrestling, right? And then Ronda and Shayna wins. Raquel Rodriguez was apparently on ringside, even though she's not. I don't fucking know. Again, the draft shit is fucking stupid. I hate the brand split. Again, end the fucking draft. End the brand split. Can we end the fucking double titles? End the fucking bullshit fucking... Again, in my opinion, why you need two different world women's titles, world titles, women's titles? I don't... Fuck the opportunity. Again, I don't give a fuck. Again, Sparks, there's more opportunity with two different titles. So you're basically saying that, it's like an appreciation award, like a consolation prize bullshit. Like, what's wrong with you? Whatever happened to the best being the best? There's no fucking two first places in the world. There's always only one first place and the other second place and shit like that. Okay, stop it. Whatever. Anyways, that stank. That stank like smelly pussy and shit. Smelly fucking fish. Liv Morgan returned or whatever. So she only was injured for a few weeks and they decided to strip her and she's back. I don't fucking know her. I don't care. Whatever. Liv Morgan, just you're inviting my big black couch. That's all. Okay? That's all. It's probably more better than just staking up the... I don't fucking know. Women's wrestling is just garbage. I'm sorry. It's not meant to be hurtful. It's just it's not being sexist. It's just the truth. No one cares. They don't draw. If you want to make people care, have them do hot shit. Actual good stories, but seductive stories, How is it a storyline with Trish and fucking Mickey? That's epitome of women's wrestling and... But no, let's have women bleed. Apparently that's real women's wrestling. The Pretty Deadly are interviewed by fucking stupid, what's his name? Fucking Grayson Waller. And I don't fucking care. This is just a dead segment. This was just dead. It's deader than dead. It's deader than fucking dead fish. It stinks like dead fish. And then the Street Profits comes out and they're being unfunny. I don't know, they're like deader than dead even way. And then fucking they defeated fucking, you know, the Street Profits lose to these people. Who fucking cares? This is fucking disgusting. This, literally, she looks so fucking plastically than ever. This is Charlotte, by the way, people. She does not look the same, and neither does she look fucking attractive. She legit is a fucking transgender. But hey, it's Gay Pride Month. That's why she's getting pushed. It's LGBT pride. It's fucking get out the fucking trans pride or something. She might as well become, again, she's literally a drag queen. Which is what literally drag queens are. They're fucking sexual fucking, they're sex workers. But let's fucking approve that. Like, for you people that, why people complain about drag queens in schools? Because they're sex workers. People would complain if fucking Hooters girls go to fucking preschools and shit. But, you know, let's not complain about drag queens. Okay. There is a video I want to make. There's this viral video about a woman that, like, I don't know, she's clearly grown, twerking in front of kids. Sure, as a guy, you may like it, but and I would understand if you're, like, at puberty age, you would like it. But here's the problem. The kids that are in the video were literally underage, and they're, like, you could clearly tell they didn't hit puberty yet. They're literally under, like, 10, they're, like, 10 years old. That's where it draws a line, honestly. Unless you're in puberty age, okay? Like, I would understand if you want to see it. But to act like, oh, you know, they wanted to see it. Like, the other way around, men doing shit like that, like, doing sexual acts in front of minors, they would get arrested. But it's okay because of women. Like, fatherless behavior and fucking, you know, whatever. But, again, they're no different. That's the problem. Like, these... Ay. That's the world we live in, man. Female privilege and all this fucking bullshit. Fatherless behavior, you know, all that kind of shit. I'll do a video. When I have the time, I might. But, like, that's not cool. Again, as a guy, you wouldn't like it. But, again, first of all, she's for the streets. Like, well, I can assume, like, nah, that's not a classy lady that you would want to be with, okay? You want to be with quality chicks, bro. Well, it's not quality, it's Charlotte Flair, because she's not even a woman. Defeated Lacey Evans and pays tribute to to his husband, Andrade. And after the match, Asuka, you know, because it's okay, a woman does it, you know, she attacks Ric Flair Jr. and whatever. Listen, that's for next week, guys. Roman Reigns returns. Again, not a Roman Reigns return. Oh, the Grayson Waller with special guest Logan Paul. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Pretty Deadly for the Undisputed Tag Titles. Why is it happening now? Okay, why are these... This is the problem. Like, why aren't these title matches happening on the pay-per-view? Like, you guys got... That's the problem with a lot of these wrestling title matches. Like, why are they having these title... This happened with Gunter. This happened with... Like, why are you doing these title matches on fucking SmackDown instead of the pay-per-view? Isn't that the point for... I don't fucking know. Do I care? They're doing the Undisputed Tag Title match next week instead, and doing Charlotte versus Asuka next week instead. Not that I care. I don't. Then Pierce, then Bianca Belair's bitch. You know, I'm sexy black bitch. Got my big weave and shit. I got Shakisha, yes! Bitch, I won my title match, and you know what? I don't want people to cut front of line, bitch. That's why I want to be on ringside, bitch. And then Adam Pearce's like, no, that's really problematic. I swear, this guy, I'm gonna punch him. I mean, this guy is the most punchable face. I'm not saying, like, you know, I understand maybe the person in real life is cool. It's just, like, every time I see Adam Pearce, it's like, Shut up! You're the worst general manager. You prove stupid shit, but yet you fucking deny stupid. I don't fucking... You even deny shit that has logic. God forbid it. A revenge for something. You know, somebody. I'll deny that because that's very problematic. A match that people don't want to see, I'll prove that. Like, oh, your Lord. Lord. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Whoever thought this guy could be a cool authority figure, I don't fucking know. Solo Sekoa defeats Sheamus by referee stoppage because this match was too intense. This match was long, actually. It was like 15 minutes. I know, and Smart's like, a long match! Yeah, you got your long matches, but yeah, y'all still didn't care. What does that tell you about wrestling? What does that tell you? Even you got what you wanted. These Smarts were complaining about WWE Smackdown having short matches last week. And then they gave you longer matches, and y'all still complain. Y'all fucking Smarts still complain about... I mean, again, like, the thing is, quantity doesn't equal the quality always. Unless for, like, financial states. Like, you have to understand, long matches does not mean they're good. A short match could be just as entertaining if, like, good shit's going on. Doesn't matter if the match is even 2 minutes or 20 minutes. If they're good and there's a story, then people will care. Okay? There's a reason why people cared about Goldberg squash matches. Fucking Goldberg versus Lesnar was like 4 fucking minutes. Why people care about Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleManias. Those matches were long, but people cared for a reason. They were great. Lesnar and Goldberg, an example of a great wrestling short match. Same thing with, as equivalent to Undertaker and Shawn Michaels being a long classic. Whatever. Sheamus got knocked out after Solo doing the hip, the running hip attack. But he clearly did not hit him, so it looked fake. It totally ruined the vibe. Yeah, I had to rewatch this match on YouTube because this show made me fall asleep. He didn't even get hit. The match was kind of whatever. The match wasn't the worst. You know, I don't mind seeing this match compared to other stupid matches because at least they're both wrestlers that doing wrestling moves. God forbid wrestlers doing wrestling moves, right? But let's pretend to care about flips and kicks and shit because, you know, that's why they're not great wrestlers. But the reality is, like, the match was whatever. I didn't really care much, you know, because there's not really a story. The match was whatever. It was long, but it was, like, not really that, like, interesting in my opinion. Apparently Sheamus is getting buried because he said the sprawling brutes could have been something, but they fucking decide not to. So that's a darn shame. God forbid you actually speak up of something that's logical, and you know that's not a good thing apparently. It's Triple H's. Vince McMahon's fault. Again, I'm in the opinion that Triple H is just as bad as Vince. All these smarts pretend to care that Triple H is bad. Again, for you people that act like it's Vince McMahon runs everything, you understand that this guy. Like, sure, he'll get final say, but again, like, he's still getting ideas from Triple H and shit like that, you know? Vince McMahon's still a businessman. And God forbid he didn't watch NXT back in the day. You understand he's a businessman. He has a lot of things to worry about. He's a businessman. That's so much to worry about. Come on. But again, at the end of the day, like, you have Triple H who's still also in charge. Like, I blame both. Okay, I blame everybody. Everybody in this fucking creator writing shit, everything that fucking is in charge of fucking the show, it's like they're not making a good wrestling show. Everybody's at fault, okay? How about that opinion? Stop saying that it's Vince's fault, Triple H's fault. I mean, I agree that people, like, I just hate the hypocrisy, like, you know, if, God forbid, something is bad, it's always Vince McMahon's fault. Clearly, it's, like, when Triple H ran WWE, it was still the most boring shit, but let's pretend it's good because, you know, Vince McMahon was gone. And we had to pretend to care about Papa H. Yeah, Papa and Triple H, guys. My Papa, give me a nice poppy pee-pee. Like, y'all gay. Y'all expose yourself that y'all secretly gay for Triple H, that's all. Again, I like Triple H. I'm a fan of Triple H, but goddamn, what a smarky fucking cater fucking fuck. But again, they're all at fault. But yeah, that was the main event. The Solo win by that shit. which again it ruined the vibe. After the match, the Usos comes out after Solo was attacking security, and they attacked him, super kick and a double splash. Again, it's like, wow, they're doing that to their own brother. Like there's not like established like why they really hate him that much. It's like Roman, but whatever. That's the show for you. Nothing much really continued the story. You know what I mean? So that was SmackDown for you. SmackDown was pretty boring, a very boring show. This show gave me pain, like I said. It legit gave me pain. So I'm blaming SmackDown for that. These shows, and again, for you people say that, you know, AEW better or whatever, again, they're all the same shit. Oh, there's a real wrestling show tonight or something, Saturday or Sunday, or Forbidden Door. Guess what, people? Modern wrestling is trash. Only you smarts pretend that, you know, that shit is good. Like, with all the war shit. And the only people like that support for some reason are like these modern fans, like, that apparently they enjoy all wrestling and shit. Like, y'all at fault too, man. Criticize something that deserves criticism. And that goes for AEW as well. That's why I criticize everything. Because they're not legit good. You guys just fucking, because it's like a weird fandom. That's it. I'm just keep it real. You know, get your games, close my nails, sleep, find some bitches go, oh shit. With some nice Coca-Cola and Style Slash. Don't need to drug them bitches. So that's especially them flawless behavior bitches. You don't want that. You gotta talk about, you gotta want them quality bitches, bruh. Don't get some bitches that like they'll just twerk in front of kids. Let's be for real here. And bitches who would told packages. Like, I'd rather get an Anna Jay than a Sky Blue. You know what I'm saying? But let's have Sky Blue beat Anna Jay, where fucking just her ass. But yeah, with that rat face, I don't think so. Let's get the total package. That's like saying you know Charles that ass is great. Like, y'all really want to fucking Ric Flair Jr.? I don't think so. That's what I say, people. Just keep being real. Get your games, close magnicity spy, missing bitches go oh shit. That's what I say. God bless. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.